Today we've got some Alabama Coastal that I recently heated up, and I got it pretty hot. This was a pretty bland looking piece before I heated it. And so I want to try to work this down and try to make a nice point. Now, one thing about Alabama Coastal is it's very inconsistent. You know, you have some areas that are really nice and some areas that are not so nice. They can be mean to you. And so in this make, you might have some odd little strikes. And might be some inconsistencies. Hey, maybe there's a crack here or there we gotta get through. Wouldn't be surprised. But one thing I love about Coastal is it's just the most beautiful stuff in my opinion. Now I'm biased, I know. My whole channel is named off a Gulf Coast, our Gulf Coastal church. Yeah, I got a little little pocket in there of limestone. Work our way around a lot of this here. Hopefully the further in we get, the less issues come up, and hopefully this little seam in there doesn't give us any problems. So I want to try to tackle this area before we do anything else. That is slick up through there. Okay, looks like it does cut in a little further, unfortunately. Let's see how far it goes. Okay, so I think there's some hope there. We shall see, we shall see. I know it's been a little while since I've made a video. That's for a couple reasons. Number one, I've been filming a little bit. Just been, I don't know, haven't made like a cohesive video. And so I just hadn't been uploading them. And also, I just like to make things off camera. I feel like I do a little bit better when I'm not having to converse as well. But I have been making some points. I still need to do a video showing you all my points. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Most of the ones I have right now are all my new ones. My old ones are at a different house, or they've been given away, or they've been sold. Let's see. So still want to try to get up to this odd area there. Couple ways to do it, and I'm already thinking that we're not going to be able to keep width here. It's just, you know, with how far in this goes, I'm just, and how far it goes there, I'm just not very hopeful width wise. I'm already thinking Simpson, thinner profile points, but it all depends on what happens here. I mean, it may split. Okay. Semi good news. It didn't get worse. So, you know, I'll take that. I'll take it and run with it. There we go. Good little flake. But this is the kind of material I grew up working, as many of you know. But I grew up working the raw stuff, not the heated stuff. The raw stuff is not fun. Whatsoever. But it taught me basics of percussion, and it is part of what made me the napper I am today. If I grew up, oh yeah, we're solid now. If I grew up working obsidian, I don't know if I'd be in the same spot. Where percussion is concerned, I may get really good at percussion on obsidian, but on some of these odd ones, it seems like the transition over from very consistent materials to very inconsistent materials can be, well, it's a transition. Some boppers will work really well for this stuff, and others will just cause incipient cracks. These solid head boppers here, good luck on coastal. It'll just, you'll make a normal strike like that, and then you'll see the seam running here already, and then it'll just be broken too. Just kind of how it is, you know. That's just kind of how it is with this material. I'm trying to get this light where it'll focus. I gotta get me a new light. Okay. Again, it's breaking very easily here, and I like that. But there is a point where it breaks too easy, so I need to be careful. Whenever you heat up coastal, it becomes very fragile. Unless you only heated it up to like 400 or so, then maybe not so much. So when you heat something up to 650 degrees, you need to be careful. Especially when you get hinges, because some of those hinges just keep on rolling over. And yeah, like that. See that? Pocketed out. That was from that strike. I literally just talked about it. With how fragile this stuff is, I mean, you got to be on your A game. Which is why I don't always like heating up coastal so high if I don't have to. Sometimes it needs it. And higher color brings out, or higher temp brings out better color. So there are some benefits. Could I have gotten away with like 550 on this piece? Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be as glassy though. Wouldn't flake as easy. That would have had some kickback to it. I think this was around the perfect temp for it. I won't say it was perfect, but around the perfect temp. I might would have gone a slight bit less temp-wise. But it's coming together. Should get a decent flake here. And roll something here. And when you start thinning it down, gotta be very, very careful. You just never know. what kind of little fossils and inclusions might be in this piece, which is very characteristic of this material. Okay. Still kind of realizing in my mind that it's likely going to have to be drawn down to a Simpson. That's just how coastal is. You can never really fully predict what the stone's going to do, and what kind of little prizes will be in store for you, if you want to call them prizes. Maybe surprises. It's a better word. Couldn't quite get under that one. Now usually with coastal, I like doing stem points if I can. If it's wide enough for it. Again, anytime you're overshooting with this fragile coastal, make sure you don't overshoot too far. You will be in a world of hurt. But usually I think of stem points because they're fairly easy to do. You don't risk much with the notching, blowing anything out. But it is easy to get it thin. Seems like I'm speaking bad about it so much, but that's one good thing. It's easy to get thin with the right mechanics. And this has lots of rice grains in it and neat little inclusions. So yeah, probably gonna switch down a size bopper. If you're able to do it and still maintain good flakes, it's best to. That way you're not risking, extra mass or extra force. No, not extra. Yeah, extra mass causing incipient cracks. We need just the amount of mass that we need to do the job that's necessary. You don't need to overdo it, as we've seen has already happened on the tip of this point. Kind of where one of those gouge outs happened, so I'm trying to be cautious. Okay, had to gouge it out a little further than I wanted to, but I think it's necessary. I don't think it caused us any harm. Long term, at least. And one thing I'm not too worried about right now is getting the tip super thin. That'll come on its own. Now, taking a look at the base, a couple issues I need to fix here. The double hit. It didn't take the first time. I drove a little too far in. Not ideal. Not ideal. Oof. Trying to isolate this corner. I don't think I have enough, but you never know. Sometimes with heated material, it can still cover the valley there, and it did, thankfully. That's good. Yeah, it just removes so unpredictably. I can see why coral would be a first choice over this material if you're looking for consistent, perfect points. But if you're looking for pretty points, well, coral, you make pretty points too. Coastal's got, in my opinion, a little more variety than even coral. Here we go. It worked. Yay. By the way, I do need a Simpson for the case. Trying to get a couple styles of each. Work my way up to a good 3 inch. Now this is going to be shooting through some of the more difficult areas in this stone. And it kind of caught up and just stopped. Now we can keep going. I think that's what we're going to do. And that shot back even cut into the edge here, so I gotta be extra on guard with this stuff. This may overshoot, unfortunately. Actually did really, really good. But again, to kind of get it nice and where we want it, it'll be have to be a little bit thinner of a point. Go thinner. I don't want it that thick, in other words. I want to thin it down a bit. That was good. We'll work on this face for a second. These, oof. These are really steep bevels. Where I would just come crashing through with a big bopper. Definitely needed to be a little cautious. That big bopper would have whooped it. There we go. I knew that was on the edge of that crust. I may not pull through. It did. I felt the crust come off on that strike. Man. Good. Very good. See, now it's just starting to fly. This is where that one little mistake can bite you in the butt, so gotta kind of watch out. Okay, so still got the gouge out here and possibly a little error to fix. Come back through here, and if I can afford a smaller bopper, I'll go for it. I kind of can, definitely can. Very good. It's coming together. I'm going to try to complete this one side. If I can get this side complete, I can then focus on the other. Is there a median bopper here? There is. No, it's not going to do what I want it to, though. Let's get this one. That sounded terrible. It ran right into a hole pocket. Just hope that doesn't continue along. Oh boy, I think it does. I think that it does. Oh goodness. No, I did kind of call it though. So probably Simpson. In order to get our ducks in a row. I mean, that right there was great. Ooh, now that there did good. If we can catch this lip right here. Wow. Any cracks? Thought I saw one. Maybe that's just where it broke up. If that held together. Whew. I know y'all are over here like, what is he? I mean, it looks just like Burlington shirt. I mean, hey, it don't act like no Burlington shirt. Let me tell you, this stuff is the most, I don't want to break stuff. in the whole wide world. And part of that, again, is because I heated it up too high, a little bit too high. But the other part is, if it was raw, it'd be terrible to nap. A little bopper for the win. I'm sticking with this little one here. This one's been doing me well. Okay. That wasn't a great hit, but it is what it is. And got quite a bit of a bend, and I don't want to come straight from the base. So going from the side there. Shooting to the edge. All right. This is an important hit here. I guess it did better than I thought. It was kind of a cruddy area right there. Wasn't really sure how it would react. But again, it did better than I thought. Again, kind of a rough patch right there. Just got to make sure we don't cause any more damage. Shouldn't be taking this, but you already know what happened the last time we rolled over the edge. I don't know the timestamp, but if you've been watching this long, you definitely know. Don't want to abrade too much. Wow. Wow. This whole thing just wants to fall apart in my hands. That's how light. And I mean, it is the lightest thing in the world. Probably leave some of this for pressure flaking duties. See, that's where it caught last time, yep. So I knew this would gouge out. It's okay, we like sharp tips anyways. risk it. Calm down, Jake. See, even that gouged out. That's crazy. So again, this edge is gonna have to be brought in. And Simpson, it's gonna have to be probably. Alright. So my plan is to roll this edge over. Do the other side. Perfect. No! Caught a little seam, a little inclusion there. There we go. Now we're talking. This might hinge out. Oh, I did better. Better than I thought. It's on a very fragile area. There are little holes everywhere in this thing. This area's getting thinner. This one's a bit thicker. So taking that into consideration, I'll try to the tip is fantastic apart from this one. Oh boy, this is terrible. We got it from that one rough patch. Now this is a whole nother rough patch here, so we are not out of the woods yet. Not even close. But this mighty old bopper kind of failed me there. And didn't there. Got it borderline too thin. So there was a seam associated with that. Oh boy. Okay. Come on. Good. Very good. I'm telling you, if we can figure out how to get that hump off there, this side's fine. That hump there, and for this seam to disappear, oopsies. It's just so much mass to have to. We'll do this one first. Perfect. Now this is the one I'm worried about here. Wow. One more. This is the worst of them all, probably. Right on that funky area. Kinda. If I can get it from the other side, that's a win. If I can get it from this side, it's a win. It would gouge out there. That was a great flake too. Come on. Come on. Oh, I thought that removed. Felt like it did. Well, as I keep telling myself, I did say Simpson, so what can you do? What can you do? Come on now. Yes. That's one. Wow. Wow. That did it. That blew right across and did exactly what we needed it to. Now, problem is that thing's thin. The rest of this thing isn't as thin as that. So we got some ground to cover. But the thing is, I'm gonna be making a Simpson. I'm gonna be making a Simpson. I don't know how many times I gotta say it and remind myself, but at the end of the day, it's okay. Because I'm only making a Simpson. And it doesn't have to be that wide. Because I'm making a Simpson. It just doesn't have to be that wide. Although I would have loved for it to be. It wouldn't have been anyways. Because we got fossils and weird stuff. So it'll be what it'll be. What it'll be. And it'll be very nice. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's very thin. Need to adjust. It's just a Simpson. Don't have to worry. Just do your best. Get a decently fine tip. Stay consistent. Don't do anything too crazy. If there's anything that needs to be thin, I'd rather it be the middle because the base is going to be drawn in and the tip is going to be drawn in, so everything's going to be fine. However, this really does need to get drawn off. Right there. And right there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. That was an important hit, and it worked. Got us halfway at least. This is kind of an important hit too. I just need for it to go halfway. And it did. Alright. This side mostly needs to get rid of the thickness back here, which I am just going to take See, there's just I don't know. I don't know. See, I just, I wish I had that. See, I knew it would do something like that. I knew it would. I knew it would. I had no idea what that would do, but it would. Rested in the center. That much will take. We just gotta hope that we can reach it. Back here, get this pressure flaker, The one thing about catching this area here is I just got to get it really high. In order to reach it. Might take a couple passes, but I think we can get to it. Now it'd be cool to fluke this, but no, it will not hold up to a fluke. Now, we got kind of what we want to with it, but then again, it's just so. Let me feel it here. Yeah, strong feeling it would break with that. Huh. It doesn't help that there's a seam right there in the in the base. Like we need that there. Oh boy. Around the tip a little bit. I mean, let me feel what a pressure flaker feels like on it. Not amazing, honestly. Right there would definitely break the piece, so I'm glad I didn't. This might too. You know what? I didn't catch it all, but I didn't do bad. Let's get this joker here. Line it up. And we're pretty much solid. Okay. All right. Okay. That was scary. But we're alive, I think. Now, where's my other pressure plate? There it is. Okay. So, at this stage, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pressure plate. I mean, why not? Why not? I'll move this over here. You'll see a little better probably. Actually, I'm seeing something here. Where's that bopper at? Okay, not yet. Whatever. Hey, I'll take that one. That one's not a whatever strike. That one was worth it. That one was worth it for sure. Kind of an eye in this strike. Part of me feels like I shouldn't take it, but didn't do any harm yet. Is the key word. See, that did well. That's kind of what I was thinking this would too. But I don't know. He got up there to it. I mean, I'll take it. Oh boy, here we go. Sweet. Gouged out. Are you kidding me? Of course it would. There's a premier example of what a gouge out looks like. Ugh. Just awful. It's doing so well too. Well, that'll tighten our tip in a little bit. What can you do? Maybe it'll make it look more like a fine point. Like a really nice one. You know, thinner tip. Looks more fragile. Looks sharper. Who knows? That'll be a pressure flaking territory there. But as for this side, let me see. Looks more like it. What if we made like a huge Santa Fe or something? Probably nobody knows what that is. All right, let's see what this can do. Yeah, something that's gonna have to be tapered. So take your pick, Jake. What do you want? It's got a Sawani shape to it. If you're from Florida, you should be aware of that particular style. Where it did me dirty right there. Let's see where we're at here. All right, so that's where we're at. We can do with Lacucci Dalton. It would work. Who would have thought this would turn out to be a pressure flaked point? I was thinking it'd be a broad percussion strike point. But it's coming together. And honestly, I'm thinking paleo of some kind because it's got a paleo look to it. It just does. It just looks paleo. Now I know a lot of y'all are probably screaming, Dalton, Dalton, Dalton. I mean, we find Daltons down here, don't get me wrong, and a Dalton would look pretty cool out of this. Don't get me wrong there either, but I don't know, it's just not like a classic thing. It's not as classic looking down here. Or in other words, it has a northern look to me. What can I say? Tennessee, is it northern? Well, it is to us deep south folks. Just looks weird. So when I speak for myself, I'll speak for myself. I'll speak for myself. I did that in time. Just continue. And hope nothing else shears. I feel like I just jinxed it. Come on. There we are. Okay. So, decent shape, decent color. It's got something going on with it, you know. It's got potential. Let's, I think this is the one edge we haven't done yet. If not, or if we have, it's certainly one we need to do. This is one of those kind of matters. A little hole there. We made it. Now keep in mind, not every piece of coastal is like this. There are a lot that are just super consistent. This just is not a super consistent piece. This is one that I knew had some funky areas, but the potential was too good to just throw it in a waste bucket, so. Yeah, this has to be a paleo for sure. I wish I could flute it. It'd be a good fluter. I can still do Simpson technically, but I really don't want to. I'm thinking Sewanee. That's what I'm thinking. Either way, I need to figure out what's going on with his base. Well, finally got it kind of thinned out there. Don't want to push that too far. I'll stop there. Stop there, Mr. Jake. Do not push it. Now there are Sewanis made out of coastal. Plenty of them actually. They were not made out of heated chert, they're made out of raw chert. Most are white because they're patinaed by the field. But a lot of them are pretty colorful because they were stained by the water. Undo it. Come on. Perfect. Could just kind of tidy it up and call it there. Man, this will make a good good Clovis, but I don't even want to put that thought in my mind right now. Because yeah, I know it'll break. I know it will. Just have to say it enough times where I convince myself I won't do it. Yeah, let's just go with a Withlacoochee. I mean, I'm gonna sharpen this up a bit and call it. In other words, kind of a unfluted Clovis type deal. I mean, I can still pull a Simpson off. Who says I can't? I'm gonna go for it. This tip's gonna have to get a little bit finer. It's too bulky right now. Oh yeah, it's coming together. Come on, no gouges. All right, this side has got the right profile. Yeah, that edge work on the, oh yeah, this is, I'm excited now. Officially, this has got me excited. Okay, I need to resharpen it. By the way, this is not the only piece. I've got this big old honker too. So, throw that down here. And by the way, some other types of coastal. I haven't hit into much of this, but that slick stuff, that's the easy stuff to work. That's the stuff you love working. This stuff is just kind of, you know, kind of, ugh. Can't go a video without having the popo or the ambulance roll by. So this edge has a little bit more of a roll to it, which means we're gonna have to most likely fix the bottom. I don't wanna have to fix the blade itself. Here's another ambulance. Come on. There's a little one in here. Got it. Okay. Maybe it is still there. Hold up now. I think I got it. Okay. Sorry for the brief intermission. Okay. Basically got a profile to work with, and now we just need to dial that profile in by giving this a little sharpen. Going back down the blade edge a little bit. And just cleaning up any mistakes. And if you're here at the end, I want to say thank you for watching, or maybe you're just listening. Appreciate it. I really do. They all kind of encourage me to keep napping and keep coming up with creative video ideas, which I've about decided what I know you guys really like is me working them big old tabs. So, thinking about breaking one of those bad boys out. As many of you know, Coastal has always got a soft place in my heart. I know it doesn't work the best of the best, certain pieces. But it can make some points to be proud of. Okay, sharpen it one more time, go back down the other side. And you get you a long video for once. I usually don't do those. I guess I just care about y'all too much. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe I'm making you suffer watching a longer video than a 20 or 30 minute clip. Who knows? I know there are a lot of people who prefer this time length and a lot of people who don't. So, best I can do is just try to do a little bit of everything. Back on the other side, just briefly. Especially right through here. And if there is anything I am happy about, it's that I said I'd make a Simpson, and I actually did. A version of one. They come in so many different shapes and variants and sizes. You could actually call this a Sewanee, but I'm calling it a Simpson. For now, I may change my mind, who knows. I may look at it later and say, more Sewanee. Sewanees and Simpsons are so close. Might as well just call them the same thing. You might as well. One's just got a little more flair than the other. Just kind of eyeballing it here. You know, is this the best Simpson I've ever made? No. But am I proud of it? Absolutely. This is some tricky material. And to get something like this out of it is rewarding to me. It's rewarding to me. Come on, give me a flat tip here. I'll try to see something here. It actually worked. Huh. And that actually worked too. That might be a little too much to ask. Try one more time. Doesn't even hurt anything to have it there, but might as well give it a shot, right? Where's this rascal here? Hey, it peeled off. It peeled off. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, so a little abrader here. All right, well, there you have it. Simpson from Alabama Coastal. Pretty neat. Kind of little different colors. And in a case, it'll look really nice. Take it out. Yeah. But I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So, all right guys, wanted there, long one. Thanks for sticking in if you have. And as you can see, I got a bucket worth of coral flakes here that I need to put in some boxes to get rid of. Okay, I don't work stuff that small. So if you're interested, send me a email on Gmail. Email on Gmail, Gulfcoastknapping@gmail.com. And I've got a pile, coastal and Tallahassee and coral down here I got to get rid of. So even some flakes off of this, just got to get rid of. So, you know, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next one. Oh, by the way, for those of you who skipped to the very end and weren't watching in the beginning, I have a whole nother piece. A bigger piece to work. So we'll see if we can get something wider than a Noonan out of this. Or wider than a, might get a Noonan. Wider than this. So, all right, take care.